Okay, so this is probably going to take some time for everything to be said. The main topic of this video is about there being some pictures in a video online, and there actually are, because I've seen them. I just don't have the, because Microsoft, what was it that about taking away Windows Movie Maker? But anyway, I just don't have the whole setup to show some things. But there are pictures and video of Henry Cavill and Natalie Vescuso reportedly at a Turkish veterinary hospital. That's the main topic, but there's a lot of context before I get into the main topic. So let's get into some context. My name, reintroducing myself, because if people are new to this video, so my name is Victoria Early. I am a romance author. And I am in a situation where various companies have been plagiarizing my work. And I'm talking about big name companies like Disney. And I have proof on my website. So, I do have a short from TikTok that I made that is linking my name to, I'm just going to call him Henry because I want to slip and not call him Mr. Cavill. Apologies to Mr. Cavill. But I linked my name to his, and because I was thinking in helping him, he could help me with this situation that I'm in, that a lot of companies have been plagiarizing my work. And the latest is DreamWorks Puss in Boots 2. And again, you can look on my website. I don't post on here on my YouTube a lot. I do neglect it quite a bit. I am working on my books, but I'm also working on my own mental health. Because not only the plagiarism situation, but also people are trying to make me look crazy. As you can see in my first, well, not my first, but these 4 videos where I have an extreme reaction, people want me to be crazy and have intentionally done things to make me lash out. And reason 1, of course, is the plagiarism. They didn't want me to shut up about me being plagiarized, but also they don't want me to help Henry. So to jog people's memory, Henry Cavill is aka Superman, aka Geralt of Rivia from Netflix's The Witcher, aka August Walker from Mission Impossible, was it Fallout? I don't know, I don't really keep track of Mission Impossibles. Aka Humphrey from Stardust. Didn't know he was in that. I love Stardust. AKA Sherlock Holmes, because he played Sherlock Holmes in Enola Holmes 1 and 2. So yeah, he various projects, and the smear campaign definitely is linked to him walking away from The Witcher. But it could also be more than that, because this is not the only time he has walked away from a project before. But then it's natural for actors. They do walk away from things. I remember Teen Wolf. Like, we had various actors who walked away from Teen Wolf. So that's just an example. Actors don't stick around all the time. But quite a bit of things happened in October of 2022. So the first thing is that it was publicly announced that he would no longer be Geralt of Rivia, that he would be replaced by Liam Hemsworth. He wasn't fired, he walked away. And he never gave a reason. People have speculated. My speculation is that it was definitely honorable. Because, and you might as well call me a stalker at this point, because I have done quite a bit of research on this man. What I've understood, one thing I've understood about him is that he is a fanboy. He's a massive fanboy, and The Witcher was definitely part of his childhood. So it wouldn't be easy for him to just walk away. So if he walked away, there had to be a really good reason. That's my speculation. That's what happened. I don't know what reason, just that there had to be an honorable one. The second thing that happened was the Black Adam came out. And then following that, so the third thing, he publicly stated on his Instagram that he was back as Superman. Because in Black Adam, there was a cameo. There was the famous cameo. Will go down in history as a famous cameo. And then number 4 is that James Gunn and Peter Safran were publicly announced as heads of DC Studios, which is not a coincidence. But here's the thing, I don't really keep track of superhero movies. I do love DC Comics. Well, I like the heroes from DC Comics. But I otherwise don't really keep track. So I knew nothing about this man until December of 2022. But anyway, but the outcry was so loud, especially from these white boys. It was so loud in December that even I took notice. Because in December, so anyone with sense understands that there was definitely injustice, because they didn't even wait 6 months. So that way they would at least have a good excuse. So on his Instagram page, Henry states about how he's no longer Superman on December 14th. That he had a conversation with James Gunn and Peter Safran. And I will not lie to you, I have nothing nice to say about either of these men. You know, I have nothing nice to say about James Gunn and Peter Safran, particularly James Gunn. And if he does hear this, you know it doesn't cost you anything to just not reply. You know, it doesn't cost you anything to just not reply to people on Twitter. So, I said what I said and I meant it. Anyway. So, yeah, he was no longer Superman. And, it like clicked in my head that, you know, there is an injustice done to him. There's injustices being done to me. Why don't we do a team up? He has not responded to me. Because he is a busy man, and like right now he is in Turkey doing Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That has not stopped me from trying to cultivate a conversation. But I have done quite a bit of research on this man. But for the further context, because I know that there are people who are kind of wondering, like, why hasn't he been posting like he used to on Instagram? Especially that of his dog Cal, and it's like, as I stated, he's a fanboy. He's a massive fanboy, so when he's passionate about something, like, you see it, you see that he's passionate about it, and he's shown that he is passionate about Superman. He likes Superman as a character. There's this video online on YouTube, like I said, did a lot of research on this man, of him talking to kids, and some of the slight disses that he, like, it went over the kids' heads, but the disses that he made towards Batman. So he definitely likes Superman. And so I imagine, this is me imagining, he was very much hurt. And not just hurt, humiliated in front of billions of people. So I imagine that's the reason why he isn't posting as much. Glad he posted 2 pictures in late March. But can definitely see, through my eyes, I can definitely see that he has been greatly emotionally impacted. By that. And this is me further helping him out, because I've noticed people have been spreading rumors about him. Because like I said, the smear campaign, for those who, again to jog memory, so I forget exactly when, but there was like kind of these reports about him being toxic, and I'll address those in this video. Right now, so he does have some blemishes on his reputation. One, he is a regular human being. All these celebrities are regular human beings. They're not going to act perfect 100% of the time. They are going to make mistakes. They are going to make wrong decisions. They're flawed. But then there's also cases of things being misconstrued, misunderstood. So the two blemishes that I've noticed on his reputation is him dating Tara King, and he was 19 at the time, and the Me Too comment he made. The first, Tara King, 19 is an adult. Doesn't mean I condone or agree. There are things like power and balances. Those are facts of life. But Henry has shown himself to be a gentleman. And there was a moment where I, out of nowhere, I saw this, one picture of Tara King, and I was like, damn. See, I'm a straight woman, but I was like, damn. I was like, I can't blame him. But what matters in that situation is that they met as adults and dated as adults. That's all that matters. Truly. That's truly what matters in that situation. Well, the other situation is both people conducting themselves as adults, because that's another thing. Just being the age of an adult is not necessarily conducting oneself as an adult, but from what I've seen, they both have conducted themselves as adults in their relationship. So don't know why anybody has anything to say about that, especially since she's the only 19-year-old he's dated. How do I say this way? A lot of the other women he has reportedly dated were a much closer age range to him. She's the only one where there was an age gap, and she was 19. So people trying to say teenagers. No, he's only dated one teenager, and she's an adult teenager. And it didn't look like they knew each other prior. So so that's number one. And then number two is he didn't explain himself well, but I understood exactly what he was saying about in the Me Too comment. He was speaking from the position of a man who is in the public eye. It's not the case of all women. But as a woman, I'm very much aware of certain kinds of women. And there are predatory women. And they would love nothing more to ruin the reputation of a man with if he definitely has anything that they want to take advantage, anything of value. So in Henry's case, money and his cars and Cal. On that note, there's this crazy story about this one. She was actually violated, but she said, I had a dream, and pointed her finger at another man. But this is not the case of, obviously this is not the case of all women. But definitely he wasn't speaking as like some common Joe. He was speaking as like he's high profile. So he actually has to be careful of how he interacts with people, particularly women. He just didn't explain it well. But these two things were used against him, and around the time, not immediately after, but it's like somewhere around the time and after he was no longer Superman, definitely in January, like there was like these attacks about how toxic he is and using these 2 points against him. And they haven't stopped, but it feels like they've quieted down. And it's like, yeah, there's definitely a smear campaign against him. It's just become more covert because he's a fan favorite, but then also he's just genuinely him. He's a genuinely, from what I've observed in his interviews, genuinely smart, intelligent, sweet, articulate, and compassionate man. If it sounds like I'm enamored of him, it's like, why wouldn't I be? But I am being illogical about this. But yes, since we're on that topic, why wouldn't I be? Especially since, like I said, I never knew this man existed, and and then I like finally register, because I don't keep track of actors. I finally register this man's existence, and it's like, so the things I researched on him, but then also it's like, damn, this man is fine. It's you know. But in any case, the smear campaign isn't over. It's just covert, because definitely white boys were like, not our Superman. So the smear campaign had to be more covertly done, and so now we get into, I think that's enough context. So now we get into the pictures and video, because I am very interested in stopping these rumors and all that stuff. Because like I said, if I help him, he can help me. I'm trying to get his help. In any case, this man is busy with doing the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I want to say it again. He's busy doing the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. So I'm going to go into, I think, 6 points as to why the pictures and video are fakes. Because it's making it look like Because it's kind of making it look like he's not there for work. You know? So, number one, that's a big indication. Cal. There's no Cal in the pictures in the video. He takes Cal everywhere. It's like, that's one thing I observed. He takes Cal everywhere. And it's supposed to be a vet hospital. So why isn't his dog with him? Cal is not just his dog. Cal is actually like his therapy dog. That's the reason why he takes Cal everywhere with him. Well, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is that people know he loves Cal. People know that he loves his dog. You can actually look on his Instagram and see how many pictures. I dare people to count how many pictures he has of Cal on his Instagram. He loves that dog. He loves that dog, so it doesn't make sense that there's nothing of Cal. Number two is that the dog in question that went to the veterinary hospital is that of Natalie Viscuso, reportedly. Her dog, Meat. Interesting name to name a dog. But, why isn't there anything on her Instagram page about Meat being sick? Why isn't there, and since she is his girlfriend, why isn't there anything about Meat being sick on his Instagram page? Why is this stuff truly on other pages? But especially hers. Because this is her dog. But I'm also going to throw this out there. I do think, for some reason, Natalie Viscuso is involved in this. Because she has, I don't know if she'll take it down, but at the time of this video, she currently has a picture of Meat. And basically with comments saying working from home. And there is someone very much invested with exposing Natalie Viscuso. Unfortunately, this person also very much dislikes Henry. But they do have evidence that the picture is something taken very much earlier. You can just go look up exposing Natalie Viscuso on Instagram, and you'll find what I'm talking about them saying that the time that this photo was actually taken and the time and it being posted are not the same. So the timing of this picture being posted and the timing of these other photos and video being posted, very, very interesting. But I'm saying I think. I don't know. I think But I've also noticed, because she was tagged, like these photos and video are on Instagram, so I've noticed that there was actually tags to her and Henry. And there has been no clarification on her end that these are fakes. Now, she could be very busy, but no clarification. Because I know if I was in a situation and it's supposedly my dog being sick and my dog's not sick, I would definitely want to make an indication that this is not real. Third reason, as this is fake. The woman in question and the pictures, because it's clear. Well, actually, really one picture. She looks similar to Natalie, but she doesn't look quite like Natalie. Like, Natalie has a... Like, the woman has a round... It feels like she has a rounder face. But she definitely... Her hair is much more brown. And when I've looked at Natalie Viscuso's face, like, she's definitely more blonde. Like, there's still brown in her hair, but it's like there's more blonde in her hair. You know, but I'm not I'm not necessarily sure about that, so don't take me to heart. But we can go into numbers 1, 4 through 6, because this is something that, like I said, I might as well be called a stalker on this man. So there's actually a close-up photo on one of the Instagram pages. If I remember correctly, it's called henrycavillnews.arab. And there's a very, very close up of this man that's reportedly Henry Cavill. The mustache. Henry Cavill doesn't wear his mustache like that. That's the first thing. It's like, he doesn't wear his mustache like that. And then also the mustache is blonde. Henry Cavill's hair is dark haired. 5 is Henry Cavill always wears a thick curl, because it's not a thin curl, a thick curl of hair on his right temple. When it's down. Like, there are times like it's combed up, but when he does let it down, it's this thick ass curl right on his right temple every single time. This man's like clockwork. And then number 6, and this is the biggest thing outside of, Cal. He does have heterochromia, which just means different eye color, but it's his left eye. In the very close up, you see, it looks like there's a brown eye, a complete brown eye, but it's the right eye. And it's like, no, and you can look this up on Google. It's a patch of brown in his left eye. So his right eye is completely blue. His left eye is brown and blue. I don't know if anyone can do a close-up on the hospital photos to look at the eye color. But yeah. This is just to clarify that the man is busy working on his upcoming movie that's supposed to be coming out, that's hopefully coming out next year. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is based off of real life events. People can just look it up, you know. But yeah, I think that covers it all. But again, hoping that helping him helps me. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday and peace.